Coach Anthony here. What's going on? This video is for success-minded people, mind, body, and soul. And I'm doing my Perception is Reality series. Check out my Facebook profile, Anthony Steele. And on there, intermittently, every 3 days or so, I'm asking questions. Just simple questions. So the question that I asked today was, well, let me look at it real quick. It says, is alcohol good for you? Or is it bad for you? Right? Perception is reality. And this is just one question out of many questions in our lives. In our lives, right? That our perception will always be reality. And so, what do you think? We have a few people on here, that have commented on it, and they say, one of them says, in excessive moderation, I don't see it as bad. In any other scenario, I personally see it as bad for us. It dehydrates the body and it leads to injury. That's my brother's perception. That's his reality, right? When we have another one, another person said, for me, it's bad in so many levels, so many levels. And then we have one other person that said, not good for this dude. Some folks can handle it in moderation, but as a war vet, not good. Not good for me in moving forward. So the question is, right, for that particular thing, and I'll be having other questions that I'll ask, but is it good for you? Does that serve you? Those are the questions that we have to start asking ourselves constantly, because in our minds there's a story to everything. That's why it's our perception. I can look at a palm tree and say, man, this is the most beautiful thing. And you can look at it and not even think anything about it, because my perception is that's my perception. And I could, there's so many different things I can talk about. But what's so important is what's the story that's going on in your mind that has created the perception that you have for that certain thing? Okay? And then if you want to change it, right, then you have to change the story in your mind. Because that story is playing and playing constantly. And some of our stories go back years and years and years and years. And most of our stories do. And that's what solidifies our perception. So the story that goes on in your mind, right, for this question, like for me, for alcohol, right? For me, I believe it's bad. Okay? I don't judge others that do it. And whenever I do get in that mode where I am judging, then I'll step back and go, okay, hey man, you need to calm down because you're not even close to perfect, right? And that's my opinion of myself. I know that I'm not close to perfect, so why would I go out and judge? And when I start to do that, that's what comes up in my mind, because that's my perception of myself. And so now what I think for me, it's been able to humble me and give me the opportunity to be able to speak to people and be able to give them, no judgment, For myself, I think it's bad because I've been sober for the last 10 years, and it was something that I had to let go because I couldn't drink it in what moderation is, right? I mean, what is your definition of moderation, right? So that for me, I couldn't do that. And I tried so many times, and in trying to do that, I found myself fighting, getting almost killed a couple of times, right? Getting into, fist fights, verbal altercations, happy, sad, all in between, got really, really fat, so those are the types of side effects for myself, right? And so when does it stop? So your perception is reality. Check out the link below.